Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm used to saying good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 8 o'clock p.m., April 22nd, 2019. Big Wolf Taxi Cab TV, ride for less. For all my YouTubers who don't know me, look at all my videos, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'm just going to touch bases with you today. I just got back from Florida this weekend. I bought 3 vehicles. I'm in South Carolina, so Florida is like 400 miles away from me. Well, 370, 360, 370 from the auction that I go to. So I bought this van. As you know, I'm a used car dealer. For all the people that don't know, I'm a used car dealer. I sell cars in Charleston, South Carolina. I sell cheap cars. I do sell new cars most of the time. Well, sometimes, not most of the time. I sell new cars, but I like selling the cheap stuff because I can buy a car for $200 or $300 and turn around and make $1,500, $1,600. So for instance, this van, it's a 1998, and I'm gonna just let you see the van. It's a 1998 Ford Windstar van, runs and it drives. It needs a paint job, but hey, for $1,500, I got it priced at $1,500, all leather seats. And I'm asking, it's got 115,000 miles, and I'm asking $1,500. I just brought that back from the auction this weekend. I got this 2006 Jeep Liberty, and it's kind of close to this one. I'll let you see it. 2006 Jeep Liberty. It's got 190,000 miles. I'm asking $4,500. I think I paid, I think the auction fee I might have paid $1,200 with the auction fee. And what else did I bring back? Okay, and this Ford Focus right here, the white one. My wife actually drove this one back from Florida. I think I paid $300 for it. I mean, everything works in it. Run, drive. It runs and it drives good. And this is a 2005 Ford Focus. 187,000 miles. On the window, I got 3,000. But I mean, somebody comes and makes me an offer. You got to remember, I paid $300 for this car after the auction fee. I might have paid $150 for the auction fee. So what is that? That's $450. And those are the 3 cars that I got this week. I sell cars. I usually sell 5 or 6 a week. Some weeks I don't sell any. Some weeks I can sell 10 a day. Some weeks, you know, it just doesn't. Sometimes it adds up. Sometimes it doesn't. I sold 1 car yesterday, so that's why this spot right here is empty, because I bought a vehicle last week. I think I paid $300 to $400 for it, and I put in $210. Because I had to change the strut, which was $100, the inner tie rod, which was $10, and I gave the guy who did the work $100. So $210. I paid, let's just say I paid $500 after the auction fee. $210, that's $710. Sold it for $2,000. So now you see my profit. So that's why I love selling cars. I've been selling stuff my whole life. So if you have a kid or somebody that loves to sell stuff, encourage them because they can take care of themselves and a family. I've been taking care of a family for the last 15 plus years, so off of me selling cars, selling stuff. I just finished up work. It's 8 o'clock. It's still light outside, which is so wonderful. And I'm about to put up my lines and head home. And what I mean by lines is I have a string. The DMV made me put up a string because there's another car lot right next to me. So we have to have something that separates my car lot from his car lot. But other than that, those are the 3 vehicles that I got this week. I'm trying to sell maybe another 2 or 3 vehicles, or 4 or 5. If I can sell more vehicles, that'd be awesome. Hopefully I can sell that Jeep Liberty for $4,500. If I can sell that for $4,500, then I could buy 10 vehicles from the auction. So, and I would have to transport them. But I mean, hey, you got 10 vehicles for $400 a piece. I try to get them for $3. But I mean, hey, it's good. This is the Ford Focus from the back. Ford Focus looks really good. It drives good. And how I know it drives good is because my wife drove this one back from Florida. I had 2 cars on the record right there. I had the Jeep Liberty on the back of the record, and then I had the van on the wheel lift. And my wife drove this one back from Orlando, Florida to Charleston. And we also stopped in Jacksonville because we like to eat Ethiopian food, and Ibex Ethiopian Kitchen is in Jacksonville. So we drove, I believe it was 3 hours back to Jacksonville, or 2.5 hours back to Jacksonville. We stopped, we got something to eat, and then we left from Jacksonville, and then we came back home, which is another 3 hours. So the car runs great. A new set of tires, aluminum rims. I'm gonna show you the rims. You gotta excuse my ability to film, you know, with my hands. I'm not that good. I need a camera so I can, you know, so I can film my videos. But like I said, the windows are tinted. Very clean car, very nice, runs, drives great. AC, heat works. Awesome car, awesome car, awesome car. As you see, I'm always working on something. I've been working all day on the BMW today. I bought that one last week. This BMW, what I did today is, my mechanic came to the shop and we redid the front brake pads. What else did we do? We redid the front brake pads, and it also needs an O2 sensor. So whenever he comes back, probably tomorrow, I have him do the O2 sensors on this. This is a 2006 BMW 325i, 190,000 miles. I'm asking $39.95. I think I'm in it for $1,400. So you can see the profits. I mean, if somebody comes with 35, I'll sell for 35. They come with $3,000, I'll sell it for $3,000. But just think about it. I have a bunch of cars. I sell a lot of cars. My goal for this year is 200 cars. And you can do the math of how many of I need to sell every month. But last year I sold a good bit of cars, but I want to do 200 this year. And 200 is more than double what I did last year. Last year was, it wasn't my first year in business, but it was my first year of me just grinding, you know, grinding. So now I'm refining my grind, and so that I can sell even more cars. So I just wanted to do a video today. I don't know why. I just wanted to drop a video to kind of let y'all know what I'm doing. And I know I look rough, but hey, I work for myself, so I don't have to look pretty for anybody. And I'm usually at my lot or at the dealership by myself, because I do all of the selling. I do a lot of the fixing. When my mechanic isn't available, I'm fixing cars. You know, and as you see, the gnats are out here tonight. But when my mechanic is available, I'm fixing the cars, doing brake jobs, oil changes, things like that. And then when he is available, because he's a mechanic at a shop, so he works a full-time job, and then when he's available, he comes here after he gets off of work and helps me out. So it's awesome. He's amazing. You know, and I pay him good. Even though he works a full-time job, I'm not trying to nickel and dime him. I pay him good, and I pay him what he's worth. So when I call him, he's like, oh, I know I'm going to make a couple $100 today, so let me go see what he wants. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to nickel and dime this mechanic, because I know that mechanics charge a lot, mechanic shops. So here's an instance. A mechanic shop called me and told me that one of my vehicles needs a, what did they tell me? They told me it needs 2 freeze plugs, and they have to remove the transmission, and it's going to cost me $600. So I called him. I said, hey, the mechanic shop said it's going to be this much, what would you charge? He said, oh, well, just give me $250. You see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't I pay him the $250? And he was like, well, I could do a bit. I said, no. I said, if you charge me $250, that's your price. I'm going to pay your price. And the reason I'm going to pay your price is because this other shop is trying to charge me $600 for the same job that you're going to do for $250. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think. You can't always nickel and dime people. If a man tell you he want $250 for his work, give him the $250 for his work. Because then the next time you need him, you know, if he might say, okay, well, hey, I'm gonna reduce my price, and he might not. He might charge you more or the same thing, but you pay him because that's what he wants. Because you don't want somebody to feel like, oh, they're not paying me what I'm worth. You pay them what they ask you for, unless it's outrageous. Now, if he would have said, hey, I want $1,000 for that job, I could go take it to another shop. And I have 3 or 4 different options. I have multiple mechanics that I use, but he gave me the best price. And also, he's using my shop. You see what I'm saying? That's my shop, my tools. So, I mean, you can't really charge me like the other mechanics. That's their shop, their tools. They can charge you that price, but I decide if I want them to do it. And ultimately, I decided I didn't want them to do the work because they wanted too much money. But, excuse me, I'm out here. I just wanted to drop a video just to let you know what I got, the 3 cars that I got from Florida. And hopefully, well, I'm probably gonna sell them all this week. I usually sell everything or at least 4 or 5 cars a week. So like I say, sometimes I can sell, some weeks I can sell 2 or 3 cars a day. Some weeks I can't, some weeks I can. So this week, hopefully I sell 5 or 6. I sold one yesterday, I think. I sold one yesterday, and I'm thinking I sold one Saturday. But I would have to look at the paperwork. So I already sold 2. Well, Saturday isn't this week, but Sunday is. So yesterday was Sunday. I sold 1 yesterday. And hopefully I sell another 4 or 5 this week. And so just wanted to touch base with y'all. I keep saying that. And I'm about to head home. I've been out here all day working, all day grinding, all day, you know, non-stop, going to the parts store, getting parts, going this place, you know. So I'm tired. It's 8 something. It's after 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna just finish up this video. If you have any questions, any responses, anything that you want to know from a used car dealer, from, you know, a hustler, a grinder, somebody who doesn't give up, who doesn't quit. I think this might be my first time saying this, but this is gonna be $1 million car lot. I'm gonna make sure my car lot grows to $1 million. Right now, I'm far from it. I'm not even, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, but after time, this is gonna be $1 million car lot. And I just want to put it on record, because YouTube is record. This is record. I'm gonna sell $1 million worth of cars. Hopefully this year, I'm gonna sell $1 million worth of cars, point blank, period. And this is going to be a multi-million-dollar car lot. So I just wanted to put that out there and let y'all know what I'm working at, what I'm grinding to. You can't do this working a job. You can't make that kind of money on a job. You can't make that kind of money working for somebody else. You have to put your money where your mouth is. You have to take a risk. You have to be willing to go that extra step to get what you want, to pursue your life, to pursue greatness. If I want to be great, I got to push myself to be great. I got to push myself to go into a zone where I'm not comfortable. I got to push myself when I'm paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for leases and insurance. And you see what I'm saying? That's thousands of dollars that I'm kicking out every month so that I can be successful. I'm bending down to pick up this line. Like I told you, I was going to put this line up. You know, you gotta put some money where your mouth is. You got to be willing to sacrifice your ideas. You got to be willing to sacrifice what you don't think you can do to achieve what you want to achieve. And you got to excuse me because I'm holding this thing with my hand while I'm putting this line up. But okay, so yeah, so you just got to be willing to go live your life outside of the box, willing to do something. And there you go. There's the line right there. And this is another line right here. I'm walking down this way. But yeah, man, you gotta just be willing to do something different. Be an entrepreneur. I mean, like, if you work a job and you're afraid to quit your job, then you got to start something, a side business, a side hustle. I started I started selling, buying cars off of Craigslist before I became a dealer. And I always say that in my videos, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You know, if I can make $1 million, anybody can make $1 million. You know, I never, my daughter, she's very smart, and I always tell her this. She's always on the principal's honor roll. She's always on the the A-B honor roll. When I was in school, I was never on the principal's honor roll. I never got honor roll. How many years were we in school? 12 years. I was never on the honor roll. I never made honor roll. I never got a prize for being smart. But hey, I knew I was a hustler. I knew I wanted to get it, the right way. I wanted to be legitimate with my businesses. So I just worked harder than everybody else. And I wouldn't settle, I just wouldn't settle. So I want you to think, hey, don't settle, don't stop. And you just got to push yourself and keep going. Always push yourself, always keep going. I'm gonna show you another car right quick, and that's just because what I've learned. So this right here is a 2007 Dodge Caliber. It has 192,000 miles. This car is valued at $3,800. I have the price on the window of $2,500. Now it's valued at 38. I got the price on the window at 25. I had the price at $3,800, but because I don't want this car to sit here, because the longer a car sits, the more likely it'll start to have problems. So, and it's only been here, I bought it like 2 weeks ago. But so what I did was I dropped the price. I got 25 on the window, but I'm advertising it for $1,850. My goal is to sell that car in less than a week, advertised at $1,850. If it doesn't sell at $1,850, I'm going to drop the price to $1,700 because I'm going to sell that car this week. And you may say, well, why are you going to drop the price to $1,750? Are you going to lose money? No, the actual value is $3,800. But I'm going to tell you what I bought the car for. I bought the car for $400. And after the auction fee, I think I paid like $630. Because all the auction fees, they vary. They differ. So I think I paid $630 for that vehicle after the auction fee. So if I turn around, and I drove it back from Florida. I literally drove that car back from Florida. I didn't take my truck that day because I think that's when we went to a concert. I went to a concert and was that? No, that wasn't even Orlando. I went to the concert in Orlando. That car I bought out of Jacksonville. But so I'm in it for $6,000. If I can sell it for $1,750, you know, I made $1,000, you know, or $1,100. Sometimes you gotta you have to flip your money just to keep moving. You see what I'm saying? You just got to keep flipping your money. You can't wait or pause or try to think, hey, I'm gonna get the most out of this vehicle, because it may not come. So if I can make $1,000, $1,100 out of a vehicle I paid $600 for, hey, let's do it. So like I said, you got to keep thinking of you can't always say I'm going to wait and I'm going to wait until I get the most money, because sometimes it doesn't come. But if somebody sees the vehicle, they like the vehicle and they have the cash, sell it. Sell it. I had to sell a vehicle earlier this week, or maybe last week, that had been sitting on the lot for months. And I think I paid like $200 to $300 for the vehicle, and it just sat. So I sold it for like $1,000. As a matter of fact, I sold it for $900. I made $600, so I still made profit on the vehicle, but it was just it just sat here forever. And then when the girl bought it, she was like, oh, well, it needs spark plugs. And I'm like, you bought a car for $900. You can't beat a $900 car. Go buy some, $1.50 spark plugs. You need 4 of them. It's a 4-cylinder. Put the 4 spark plugs in. Come on, stop thinking you're going to get something for nothing. You have to put work into cheap vehicles. There's no such thing as a good cheap vehicle, or a cheap vehicle that you have to do absolutely nothing to. You're out of your mind if you think you can buy a $900 vehicle and not at least put 4 spark plugs in it. So that's my 20-second rant for this evening. And just wanted to touch bases with y'all, make sure everybody's good. Like it, subscribe. If I'm talking too much, let me know so I can cut my video short, because it seems like when I start doing videos, I start talking too much. But peace out. Have a good day. Big Wolf Taxi Cab TV. Ride for less. There goes the sign. Ride for less. And y'all have a great day and get money.